Josie and I'm 9 years old.
My name is Jerka and I'm 13 years old.
My name is Stanley Soares, and I have three kids, Joko, Jersey, and Jesse. However, got involved when me and the mother was doing drugs. Then the mother left, and then I was trying to just take them in with me. Still yet, I was under the influence of doing dope, so the CPS and step involved and took my kids.
Well, family court supervises the cases that are brought by child welfare where there's an allegation of harm or threatened harm to children. And then once a petition is filed, it's brought before a judge just to make sure that everything is appropriate with regard to the law and the reasons why a case was brought in. And of course, in many instances, children are taken away from parents. So they have to have somebody that's a neutral observer of the case to be able to make a determination if there is actually harm or threatened harm to children. And that's basically how a CPS case gets started.
The case actually opened in December of 2012, so it was open for about 3 years, and I had the opportunity to work with the family during the last 8 months before the case closed. The safety concerns regarding Mr. Soares and the initial involvement by the department were substance abuse, inappropriate parenting, and domestic violence. Prior to my involvement, the children were actually set to go out to legal guardianship to their current resource caregivers, and that was prior to RAP involvement as well. At the start of the case, all 3 children were placed with their maternal relatives, Michelle and Kaipo Keikahuna. However, we found it best that Jesse be placed with his adult older brother Stanford and his wife Kelsha. All of the resource caregivers were very supportive of the children remaining connection to their parents. They allowed almost daily visits for Mr. Soares at the home, and they also provided the children with a safe environment to reside, and then also made sure that their medical and dental needs were taken care of.
We got taken away one day in school, and then Michelle, the caretaker, went over there and get them. She didn't get them the same day. But they were saying that the procedure for that, she would have to go. But she told them no, she found it and she taking the kids home. And from that day, she took them back home with her, and they stood over there. So, she didn't work it out with the CPS worker or whoever, and they was there. Because I knew they was a family, and I knew they was right up the street, and I could see them every day, because they would let me come every day. So that when relieve me of planning stuff, you know. It's not like the time when I still see them only at the office and then they have to leave. I could go anytime I could, when I could, hook up there and see them, and they always wouldn't let me go. Let me see them, you know. Even for a short time or whatever. That was the good part about it. That one helped planning.
In this case, I was pretty amazed that Mr. Soares, he was pretty set on taking care of what he needed to take care of, stop using drugs, and get his kids back. And so that's pretty much what happened. Mother, up till the time we closed the case, she was pretty much not involved. I think one of the main things I remember about Mr. Soares, he just kept showing up. And like I said, that's kind of unusual for fathers. In most of my cases, it's usually the mother. The father, sometimes, you know, it's a two-person thing where both mother and father. But the usual thing is that mother's involved, father comes in and out of the case, and is not all that involved. But, you know, I don't think Mr. Soares missed a hearing. He was at all hearings, and he was genuinely focused on getting his kids back. I think Mr. Soares knew that he wasn't going to be able to do it on his own, so he relied on family support. I saw that family support, and also he took to the service providers. We had this program that started not that long ago. It's called RAP Services, and he got along with the service providers, and so that was a plus for him to get him to the point where he could get his kids back.
The thing is, even when we was under using stuff, like, we used to go to the park a lot, down the beach. And every time I took them down the beach, I wasn't thinking about them, I was thinking about myself. Because in my mind, I thought they was all right because they was with me. I always fed them, kept them there. I never used to mingle with anybody. But, later on I came to think that was my greed. I was all about me, you know what I mean? Even though in my mind I thought I was doing good things as a parent, I wasn't. You know what I mean? I found this out after. I had plenty of time for thinking, I thought about it, and that was wrong. But whenever people took them, I felt hurt, everything. Just to see them go, you know what I mean? And I remember one time we was in the office and I had a visit with them over there. And it was time for leave. Just like they could see it too, eh? So that's the hardest part.
Family Wrap Hawaii is a program where we support families involved in child welfare where children have been in care longer than 9 months. We build teams with child welfare social workers and the families to support the reunification process. We support them through many different avenues. As for instance, we look for barriers. What is the barriers to reunification? We hope to reunify the children sooner than later. Some of the barriers that we deal with are housing issues. Some of the barriers we deal with are engaging families or parents in their services. Maybe another barrier might be parents that do not have the ability to navigate through child welfare systems. We also support them individually if some parents don't have family support. So we reach out to families and build their support system. So Stanley's reunification success was not just part to do with Epic Rap Team. It was a lot to do with his support. And part of his support was his family support, which was his children, his adult children, Stanford, Kelsha, his daughter Shirlene, the rest of his adult children, the resource caregivers, Michelle and Brian, his friends that supported him through his meetings, his social worker, Brian Domingo. He had a very, very supportive CASA team, which was Jesse Addison and Marvin. Jesse advocated for him from day one for him to get the children back. He also had a very supportive CCSS team, which was Gail and Emily Ann, and they worked with him hand in hand, week by week, to get Stanley where he really needed to be for his children. And our other rap facilitator, Pat, always was at our meetings and always supported Stanley as from man to man. He was always there for Stanley also. But success comes in small steps, and Stanley took small steps to be where he's at today.
When I got the case, RAP had just begun, so we were thinking about reunification of Jericho and Jersey with Stanley, and legal guardianship of Jesse to his adult older brother, Stanford. So RAP was able to identify and work with different aspects of the case that the department is usually not able to, such as medical and dental and literacy and housing for Mr. Soares.
Epic Rap helped me in all kinds of things. Like I said from the beginning, when the way they came to me, approached themselves to me, and I feel, like I had to, like when I go and meet the rest of the people, I always worry about what is expected from me, and I never relax with them. With them I was relaxed, and they always helped me out, knowing my condition too. That I got time doing things and reading and stuff like that. So they was big help to me. I never feel like I was with workers. You know what I mean? They were bad at workers, for real.
The turning point in the case was when RAP first became involved, as it opened up a lot of doors and services that aren't readily available when we just work with the department and parents. Mr. Soares completed successfully the Hina Malka program to address his substance abuse. Mr. Soares completed his in-home parenting and outreach services with CCSS, which also included domestic violence education. Mr. Soares attended all of his RAP meetings, which was once a month. He also remained in contact with me by telephone and in person. And he also made sure to be involved with the children's schooling and medical and dental care. Throughout the time that I was assigned the case, Mr. Soares was committed and dedicated to his children and made every effort that he could to reunify with them.
The parenting with Gil and anger management with Emily Ann, they used to come out to me. I never had to go no place. They came to my house and have my meetings or wherever I was comfortable meeting them. Like a couple times I met them at McDonald's and stuff. That was big help because I never had to go all over. Epic was a turning point, but they gave me plenty of help and support. It wasn't only about what they're supposed to do. They would help me with other things too, besides what they was coming out for do. I had plenty of help from them and plenty of support from them. You know what I mean? I would call them on things that wasn't even related to that, and they would come out and help me. So, like I told plenty of the people down there where I stay now, I hear them going through stuff and things like that, and I just told them, well, I hope they're lucky like me, because I have a good team. I told them I have a good team with me. You know what I mean? I feel lucky for that. That was the turning point, and I can see things are getting done, you know what I mean? Just like I wasn't talking to the wall no more. I had people listening, you know what I mean, and helping me out on what I'm doing.
The decision to have Jericho and Jersey reunify with Mr. Soares and Jesse to receive permanency through legal guardianship with Stanford and Kelsha was decided mostly on the part by the family, because they agreed that it was in the best interest of the children. The reunification of Mr. Soares with Jericho and Jersey was one of the most memorable experiences of my short career with the department, because he earned it and he went above and beyond to reunify with his children. And it was good to see that the children were excited to finally be done with the department and be normal children outside of the foster care system. The reunification was successful in part due to Epic RAP, specifically Robin, Aaron, and Shannon, and Child and Family Services workers, Emily and Gail, and also because of Mr. Soares with the support of his family and friends.
I remember when we closed the case that I was really happy for Mr. Soares. Like I said, it's not that usual of a case, but I saw his commitment throughout the case. So when the case closed, I thought to myself that he deserved it. He deserved to have his kids back and to have the happiness that pretty much he worked on his own. And when I closed the case, he deserved to have that case closed because he earned it because of his work.
At the last rep meeting, I felt good. And when the thing was settled inside the room, that they was coming back on the 6th, which not longer, right? I felt good. And then in a way I felt kind of like, because everybody going now, you know what I mean? Like I said, I had one good team with me, helping me. I told them, you know what I mean, we all power with it, you know what I mean? Now we can just carry on with our life and feel a little bit more free, you know what I mean? So it was real good, First part, everything seemed hard, but it ain't hard. That's what you like in life, and that's what I like. So giving up everything, it ain't hard. Because now I got what I wanted, It's like living over here too. I just figured because even though, I thank the caretakers and stuff like that, that's family and everything, but still yet, every kid needs their own parent. Because they ain't the same. I mean, I look at them, I felt funny when I go there, because even though they was welcome there and they was well taken care of, but still they had the look, And like over here, when we moved to the shelter, you know, I felt funny again, like I like to give them something better. But you know, I changed my thought of thinking because I even watch them, the way they react. It's something, might be that just for temporary now, but it's theirs. The little room is theirs. And you can tell by the way they act, they talk, they're comfortable. It's like that's their house. You know, they don't have to share with anybody. So I changed my thinking now. You know, I'm happy I see them. Man, I know. Just by watching their actions and, you know, the way they act, I know they're comfortable because they're with me, I'm with them. I thank all the people who help me, they give me support in this, and my family and my friends. Thank you.